She looking for another boyfriend.
Wow. Wow.
Really? You know how they go to
This
she
bitch
she is
having a
pen
hard
pal.
time.
She is pen pal now.
Yeah. Well, she having a
Okay.
hard time after Yeezy.
All
They
right,
said she been
man.
crying for the motherfucking back. Like, bitch, you
Hey,
been ran through, run amok. That
She was
pussy been
ran
led
through when he
astray.
got her.
that part. But
Yeah.
yeah, we need not go into that issue. We
Yeah,
talking
we ain't
about
got to
C
dog
Murder,
that
man.
out.
We talk about C Murder,
Yeah.
who's been down for shit. How many years now, man?
Forever.
So,
Yeah, and the fact that I watched the documentary they had on him on BET, man, where his kids was trying to get to him and like, hey, because he know who did it, but he on that I ain't no snitch and I ain't gonna fuck up my rep. And I think
motherfucker,
they may have gave him an opportunity to be like, hey man, if you tell us who the fuck, drop a couple nickels, uh, yeah, man, you could go. But he on that G shit.
man, fuck that. Hey, you done gave that motherfucker 21 years of freedom. I
Easy,
would be like, hey, look,
easy.
it was Clarence.
Yeah, and they said everybody that was on this that testified recanted.
Now,
Like
but wait a minute.
everybody.
But wait a minute. Let me say this. There's no video evidence or nothing.
Mm-mm.
Shit, it
He
was
was
back
the
in what,
yeah, it was the
2000.
2000s, early 2000s, late 90s, and his P was telling him, quit going to these fucking hood spots. You a multimillionaire. Why are you doing these little 2-bit performances for like up and coming stars? You a star. Why you
It,
still going to these hood joints and somebody got shot and they were like, see, murder was there.
I don't think anybody has ever took into consideration that maybe it's not so much about snitching as it is he's protecting someone.
I
Mm.
You
I
know what I
get
mean?
that. I get that, but still, fam,
That he cares about, fam.
everybody, like I said, he's one of those cats who was raised and cut from a different cloth, and they're like, look, man, if I gotta go down, if I gotta sit down, I'm gonna sit down. His daughters is like, you're gonna miss me going to college, you're gonna miss me getting married, you're gonna miss me having kids. You willing to sacrifice all that for this street code? And he pretty much was like, I see you in another 10, you know?
Did he
Well,
get life without parole, without the possibility of parole? I mean, what's
It,
the
you
deal?
know, it's different in Louisiana because they got parishes,
yeah.
and they got that tier shit, and it's fucked up. But now because everybody fucking recanted that testified against him, whatever they said is he should be eligible for a new fucking trial. If
Yeah.
everybody came out and said, "Hey man, at the time the cops was on some bullshit, scaring me, talking about they was gonna lock up my mama," so I said what they wanted me to say, but now they like, man, fuck that, that cop ain't even on there no more. I could speak freely, and Miss Kardashian is jumping on it like shit. The evidence is clear. We know he didn't do it, but he ain't gonna come out and say he didn't do it because he know who did it. But we could still clear his name without having him snitch.
Yeah, and they're saying that it's this new law where you can introduce evidence post conviction.
Yeah,
And so apparently he's been had evidence and they wouldn't let him introduce it. And so, hey man, I'm glad that let me say this. She's done this before for the older sister.
yeah,
Somebody else. But she's lending her celebrity because regardless of what anybody thinks about her, I
right.
mean her star power is big. And so
Yeah,
hey
her
man,
spotlight, her spotlight is
hopefully,
huge.
yeah, hopefully she get him out and he gonna get some of that ass and I mean, shit. It's
Like I
gonna be a
said,
little
man. Yeah, I hope.
Miller in the Kardashian house.
I mean, if they let Boosie out, man, they gotta let C out too, man. God dang, man, for real, for real.
Well,
Especially like you said, they won't. For some reason, I think a lot of people, like the prosecutors and the DAs, whatever, they made their career off. We got a big fish.
yeah.
We got fucking C Murder. We ain't gonna have that shit overturned.
And
We
here's
made
the other
made our
thing, yeah.
career off him.
And you know what? That what you saying is probably what the shit is really all about. Think about the Central Park Five and all the careers that was made with that shit.
Man,
And
yeah,
when you say, hey, and you got proof that they was fucked up, you got the district attorney at the time, the bitch coming out like I'm suing Netflix because that was defamation. No, bitch, you did it.
and the same thing about the dude who was last in office who took out a full page ad, still won't give an apology.
There you go.
even though they got acquitted and a settlement, still
There
they
you go.
guilty. They
You like,
guilty.
fuck y'all niggas.
Yeah, they still on that bullshit.
I'm gonna talk to Ice Cube. Fuck y'all niggas.
But yeah, hopefully, man, she can get some traction.
Yeah,
You
he
know,
gonna hit
and
that
hit
ass too. He gonna get out. I got to pay you back, baby. Baby. Hey, look.
There's no limit to what I do for
Yeah,
you.
baby.
If you get me about this.
Monica,
He's in
understand.
Angola.
Angola, they said that
man,
motherfucker.
that is hell on earth. They
Woo.
said, man, that is the worst of the worst.
Man, let me tell you something, man. I was working down in Dallas reading meters, and I was next to a prison.
Go ahead, man.
And the cats I was working with, they was like, man, wait till you go down there. You gonna hear something. And I went down there, man. I was outside the building, and I had to look. I was like, oh shit, because all you it was a fucking prison.
Mm-hmm.
And that ain't one of the worst ones. And I'm like, damn, as much as I like my peace, I get mad if my son make too much noise around 11:30 at night.
See, that's what cats say. The worst part about prison, they're like, it's the fucking noise and the smell.
Right.
Like,
I couldn't.
Motherfuckers just yelling for the sake of yelling because they ain't got shit else to do.
And they ain't got toilet seats. And nah, man.
See,
no.
See?
And you know what? He 50. You need to get out, man. He 52, man. We ain't heard about him hurt nobody in prison. He might have, might not. You know.
Right. It is Angola. You ain't gonna hear nothing good or bad coming out that bitch. I'm sorry, nothing good coming out that bitch. But you damn sure ain't gonna hear what the guards are doing to these cats in there. So
yeah, free C, man.
Free C.
Free C. Let him out, man.
All right, brother Tank.
What you got, baby?